Hi, I'm Laura Lukens. I'm the ELL Program Coordinator for North Kansas City Schools, and I'm here today with Heather McIntosh and Sarah Andrews, both ELL teachers at the high school level in our district, and we're going to talk to you today about our adoption of Keystone and how we integrate technology into our use of Keystone in the high schools. All right, so Heather, Sarah, and I just returned from New Orleans, the 45th Annual TESOL Convention, where we presented a presentation on how we integrate technology with Keystone to a packed house. And this is a picture of Heather and Sarah and myself. I'm on the left, and Heather is in the middle, and Sarah's on the right. We just returned from the TESOL convention in New Orleans, and Ed Lamprich, John Aid, and Tara Masiak, with whom we've worked for about the past 4 years on this adoption, asked us to tell you a little bit about our district demographics. As you can see, since about 2001, we've experienced about a threefold growth in our ELL population. This slide shows our top 10 languages of our students who are in the ELL program. We have about 1,000 students who qualify for ELL services, with Spanish being the largest percentage of our student population. But past Spanish, we're very diverse in terms of the other languages that we have. Vietnamese is number 2, Arabic is number 3. We have about 84 languages, in fact, that are spoken by all the students who speak another language in the home in our district. We also do have a large number of refugees, primarily from the camps in Thailand, whose former home was Burma, who have been migrating here over the past 3 years. So the next 2 slides show our signs of progress in terms of our LEP subgroup, making progress towards scoring proficient or advanced on our state assessments of communication arts and math. And as you can see, we aren't making AYP yet, but our trend line is going in the right direction. The next slide will show the number and percentage of students who have attained English language proficiency since 2006 and who have transitioned to mainstream classrooms. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about our adoption in 2008-2009. Thanks to Barb C. Humbing, Ed Lamprich, and John Aid, and Tara Masiak, we did pilot Pearson, Longman, Keystone, and Cornerstone grades K-12 in our district. And in 2009-2010, we were lucky enough to find the funding to adopt that grades K-12.
I'm Sarah Cushenberry Andrews.
And I'm Heather McIntosh.
And we both teach intermediate high school ELL students.
One afternoon, Sarah and I decided to get together and create a series of lesson plans that incorporate technology through Keystone.
And we're going to show you some examples of our students' work. This is the Golden Serpent from Keystone Level D, Unit 3.
Welcome to Reader's Theater. You're about to hear an excerpt from The Golden Serpent.
I want you to solve a mystery for me.
Very well. What is the mystery?
I do not know. That is for you to figure it out.
How can Punjabi solve a mystery if there's no mystery to solve?
If you are really a wise man, Punjabi, it would be done. If you do not solve it, then you are fraud. I will put you in jail where you belong.
Let us take a walk. Perhaps our eyes will tell us the mystery.
Have you solved the mystery yet?
No, but we know what the mystery is. It is the mystery of the Golden Serpent.
The Golden Serpent?
Yes, the Golden Serpent. It is missing.
I did not know I had a golden serpent.
The thieves must be very clever.
The Reader's Theater was an example of an activity that we would do with a fictional unit.
And now we're going to talk about what we did with the nonfiction unit. Our students read an article called I Love Pluto, and they created a video.
And the video had to include information from the text as well as vocabulary. And it gave them a chance to practice their fluency, and they had to be creative with it. And you'll see a couple of different levels of students in this video. The young man from Haiti has only been in the country for 4 years, and you can see how much the practice has helped his fluency increase.
what it do. Coming at you live.
Southside.
It's your boy Big Snoop Dogg. Got my nephew Soldier Boy in this motherfucker. And we need you to move like pronto, like expeditiously.
Good morning, Kansas City. We just got breaking news that Pluto is no longer a planet. I repeat, Pluto is no longer a planet. Now, I will transfer you to my friend Dudley, where he will answer some questions about Pluto and its past recent history. Dudley?
Well, good morning. I'm Dudley Cherry, and my friend isn't going to ask me a few questions about Pluto.
Dudley, who discovered Pluto?
Pluto was discovered by a man named Clyde Tombaugh.
When was Pluto discovered?
Pluto was discovered in 1930.
How is its orbit different from other planets, would you say?
Its orbit, Pluto's orbit, it's slanted because it ran into other planet orbits, so yeah.
Okay. What belt is Pluto in?
Pluto's in Kuiper's belt.
Okay. And what rules does Pluto not follow, would you say?
Pluto doesn't clear the neighborhoods around it.
Okay.
Basically, most planets have to do that, but Pluto doesn't.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
For example, what is Pluto's moon called?
Pluto's moon called Charon.
And why would you say it's called a double planet?
It's called
refer to that.
Well, the reason it's called a double planet is because Pluto's moon is actually bigger than Pluto.
Okay.
So we can have that. If the planet is smaller than the moon, then we just call it a double planet.
Oh, okay. And how long would you say does it take Pluto to orbit the sun? Like, I know it takes Earth 365 days, but for example, the Pluto.
Okay. It takes Pluto 248 years. To us, that's a lot of time. Well, that's the result that we find out.
Okay. Like, I know planets have rules and that they're supposed to follow.
Mhm.
What rule does Pluto not follow that makes it not a planet?
Well, Pluto is like a small planet. It doesn't clean neighborhoods around it and stuff. And Pluto like ran into other planets' orbits and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That works. How long does Pluto's not how long. What is Pluto considered now?
Pluto is considered as a dwarf planet now because it's small and it's really cold there, really, really cold. And yeah, so we just call it a dwarf planet. And as we have here, Mr. Sun, and Aiden's gonna show you guys the real thing.
Okay. Well, as you guys can see, we have come closer. As you guys can see, we have the sun over here, and then we have Mercury and Venus. Then we have our own planet Earth, and then there's Mars, and then there's Jupiter, then Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and this little tiny planet is Pluto, which no longer a planet but a dwarf planet. And
there comes a time when we hit a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go